First question. The number of ions formed during the ionization of tetraamine copper 2 sulfate is. This coordination compound will dissociate into two. One is the coordination entity within the square bracket and next to the sulfate ion. So the answer is 2. Now we have to find the number of ions for the following compounds. For the first, the answer will be 1 itself because there are no counter ions. In the second example, the answer will be 3, 2 Cl minus ions and the coordination entity. The third example, the answer will be 5. In the last example, the answer is 4, 3 K plus ions and the coordination entity. Next question, which of the following is not a double salt? Double salt means a combination of two or more simple salts. The formula of the four salts are given here. We can see that rock salt is only compound that is made up of a single entity, that is NaCl. And the other four compounds are double salts. So the correct answer is option 4. Next question, ligands are referred as. Ligands are molecules or atoms that are attached to the central metal atom through a dative bond or coordinate bond. A coordinate bond means a bond that is made up of electrons given by a single species. Here in this case they are ligands. In this figure we can see that the ligands present here are water molecules, and each water molecules are donating 2 electrons employed for the bond formation. So ligands are actually electron donors. So they can be named as Lewis base. Next question. Which of the following represents a chelating ligand? Chelating ligand means ligands that can attach to the central metal atom through 2 or more atoms. Here in this case we can see that En is a didentate ligand. That means it can attach to the central metal atom through 2 different donor atoms. So the correct answer here is En. The other chelating ligands are EDTA, oxalate ions, etc. Next question. One among the following is not expected to be a ligand. Which is that? Ligands are molecules that can linkage to the central metal atom through coordinate or dative bond. That is, the ligands are supposed to donate lone pair of electrons to the central metal atom. Here option 2, NH4+. That is a cation. That is positive species. It cannot donate electron. So it is not a ligand. Next question. The coordination number and oxidation number of M in the following compound is. Coordination number means how many ligands are attached to the central metal atom. Here the coordination number is 6 because the ligands are 1SO4 and 5NH3. So in total 6 ligands are present and the coordination number is 6. The sum total of the oxidation number of the whole compound will be 0. So we can equate the values in this equation. The unknown X is the central metal atom. Sulfate has got a charge of -2. Ammonia is a neutral ligand. Chlorine has got -1. So finally we will get the answer as 3. So the coordination number of M is 6 and oxidation number of M is 3. Next question. The oxidation number of nickel in tetracarbonyl nickel is. The options are 0, 2, 4 and 5. Carbonyl has got a charge of 0. So the charge of nickel will be also 0. Next question. If the coordination number is 6, then the polyhedron is. The correct answer is option 1, octahedral. If the coordination number is 6, the answer is octahedral. Whereas if the coordination number is 4, there are two possibilities, tetrahedral and square planar. Whereas if the coordination number is 5, the possibility is trigonal bipyramidal. Next question, which of the following is a heteroleptic complex? Heterolytic complex means a complex that is made up of two different ligands. Here we can see that in option 4, the ligands are amine and chlorine. So it is a heteroleptic complex. So the correct answer is option 4. Next question. The IUPAC name of the coordination compound is. The sequence for naming the coordination compound is, first we should name the cation, followed by anions, next the central metal atom, followed by the oxidation number of the central metal atom, and last the anions. Here the correct answer is option 1, hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride. Some examples are given here. Please go through that. Next question. The IUPAC name of the complex is. As mentioned earlier, if cation is present, we should mention it first. So the correct answer here is potassium amine trichlorido platinate 2. Some more examples are given here. Next question. According to Werner's theory, which of the following is not true with respect to primary valency? According to Werner's theory, there are two types of valencies. Primary valency corresponds to the oxidation number, whereas secondary valency corresponds to the coordination number of the central metal atom. So, the incorrect statement here is option 4. Next question. Which of the following will exhibit maximum ionic conductivity? Ionic conductivity is directly proportional to number of ions formed on dissociation. Here the option 1, it can form 5 ions on dissociation. So it will exhibit maximum ionic conductivity. Whereas option 2 can exhibit 4 ions on dissociation. Option 3 can dissociate into 3 ions, and option 4, it can form only one ion on dissociation, that is the coordination compound itself. Next question. Which of the following is a complex compound of cobalt with macrocyclic ligand corin? The correct answer is option 1, vitamin B12. The metal found in chlorophyll is magnesium, iron is present in hemoglobin, and zinc is the metal present in insulin. Next question. The ligating atom in water and ammonia are respectively. In water, the ligating atom is oxygen, whereas in ammonia, the ligating atom is nitrogen. Next question. Which of the following is a monodendrite ligand in spite of having two donor atoms? The correct answer is cyanide ligand, Cn-. It is a monodendrite ligand, whereas all the three other options are didendrite ligands. Next question. The donor atoms in EDTA. EDTA stands for ethylene diamine tetraacetate. There are two nitrogen donor atoms and four oxygen donor atoms. So the correct answer is option 2, 2 nitrogen and 4 oxygen. Next question. The coordination number of chromium in the following coordination compound is. Coordination number means how many ligands are attached to the central metal atom. The density of En is 2. So in total 4 plus 2, that is 6. So the coordination number of chromium here is 6. Next question. Which one of the following will be able to show geometrical isomerism? Geometrical isomerism is shown by square planar and octahedral complexes. So the correct answer here is option 3, MA3B. Geometrical isomerism exists in two forms, cis and trans. Cis form means same ions or molecules are present on the same side. Trans form means the same ligands are present in opposite sides. Next question. Which among the following does not show optical activity? Optical activity is shown by compounds having En or ethylene diamine as ligand. Here, option 3 is the correct answer. Next question. Two coordination compounds are given here and we are asked what kind of isomers are they? We can see that the ions Br and sulfate are being mutually exchanged. So they are ionization isomers. In ionization isomerism, there is exchange of ligands and anions. The physical properties are completely different in both the isomers. Next question. Linkage isomerism is possible in the case of, it is possible in the case of option 3, ambidentine ligands. These are ligands that can linkage through two different atoms. Examples are NO2 and SCN. Next question. Which of the following configurations would not expect Jahn-Teller effect in high-spin complexes? The options are D4, D5, D6 and D7. Jahn-Teller effect takes place in octahedral complexes due to unsymmetrical distribution of electrons in EG and T2G orbitals. Distortion is less in the case of unsymmetrical distribution of d electrons in T2G orbitals, whereas distortion is more in the case of unsymmetrical distribution of electrons in EG orbitals. We know that high-spin complexes does not result in pairing, whereas low-spin complexes result in pairing of the electrons. Here we can see that in D1, D2 and D3, the distribution of electrons takes place in the same manner and symmetry is maintained, so no distortion occurs. But in case 4 we can see that the distribution of electron does not take place in a symmetric manner and distortion takes place. In D5 we can see that in case of high-spin complexes, the symmetrical distribution of electron takes place, so Jahn-Teller distortion is not expected. But in low-spin complexes, distortion occurs. Whereas in D6 configuration, in terms of high-spin complexes, there is unsymmetrical distribution of electrons and distortion is expected. Whereas in low-spin complexes, it's not. In D7 configuration, we can see that still there is unsymmetrical distribution of electrons and distortion is expected. But in the case of D8 configuration, in both high-spin and low-spin complexes, there is symmetrical distribution of electrons, so no distortion occurs. Whereas in D9 configuration, there is unsymmetrical distribution of electrons in both high-spin and low-spin complexes and distortion is expected. Whereas in D10 configuration, there is perfect symmetrical distribution of electrons in both high-spin and low-spin complexes and distortion does not take place. Next question. Which of the following configurations would not possess Jahn-Teller effect